Located in Perth, Mount Lawley Golf Club not only aims to provide excellent golfing facilities, but also prioritises environmental responsibility as a core value. In 2023, the club received the Australian golf course industry's highest environmental accolade at the National Turf Industry Awards. This recognition underscores the success of their sustainability strategy beyond the fairways, which includes a comprehensive vegetation management plan. Golf Superintendent Rod Tatt elaborates on the history of the bushland around the course.
The course was heavily planted with a lot of non-native trees back in the sort of 60s, 70s, 80s. Unfortunately, a lot of those are very close to playing areas and greens and obviously in bushland areas as well. So it's been a challenge.
However, over the next 7 years, 1,700 trees and 17,500 shrubs and ground covers will be reintroduced, restoring the native vegetation that was once removed through historical clearing activities.
It's always a hot topic of discussion when you want to remove what we call woody weed in certain areas. The real story is the revegetation and the enhancement of the whole site. So we've used local consultants to show what we will gain in shade canopy and canopy across the course, even with what we put in the ground so far.
The Vegetation Management Plan ensures the protection and compensation for any future removal of vegetation. This includes their latest project, which involves the reconstruction and fumigation of the club's greens.
We've planted over 3,000 trees. I think it was up around 12,000 plants over the last few years, and that's really the real story. Yeah, it was a challenge to probably get the trees out that we needed to get out for the greens replacement, but we got through that. There's obviously some we didn't get out, which is unfortunate, but I guess you have to live with some of that. But unfortunately, some of those are reasonably sized trees. A lot of river red gums and sort of eastern states that have introduced trees around greens, which are quite detrimental to the playing surfaces in certain spots. And as you can see in the background, you have the native bush where you've got the lower sort of eucalypts and banksias and paperbarks and all that understory.
Rod has leaned back heavily on staff and volunteer collaboration. This has been a key enabler for the club to undertake the extensive work necessary to prioritise its environmental initiatives.
Now we have about 30 member volunteers, women and men, that come in twice a week and give their time to plant anything that we want to put in the ground and then look after them for the next couple of years, because Perth's quite a harsh climate. You need to be watering those plants for a couple of years by hand, or hand watering it in the bushlands and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, and they're a fantastic group, and it's just great to have them and the members engaged in what we're doing and the staff on the same page.
With a forward-looking approach rooted in the values of the Vegetation Management Plan, Rod believes that this is not a short-term plan, but rather a long-term strategy focusing on restoring, protecting and enhancing local conservation and biodiversity.
We've sort of created a plan that will go well into the future. It's not a short-term plan. It's nothing short-term when you're sort of looking at, trying to re-veg a site with the native vegetation, and it's a whole holistic approach to the ecosystem here, really.